This is a prepaid collect call from
Securus Test.
an inmate at Spring Creek Correctional Center. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
How you doing?
Man, I'm surviving.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
Tell you what, it's not too difficult to keep your mind right when you're in here on a steady diet of tree bark and sawdust.
Right, dude. I was out of state for a while in Mississippi, and the food out there was fucking just straight garbage, dude.
Oh my god. It's funny, they shot us one time on contract out of state to Colorado.
Yeah.
For a couple of years. And so I got this job in dry storage in the main kitchen, so we would offload all of the shit that they feed the population. So these cases of chicken parts come in, and as we're opening the boxes of frozen chicken parts, we notice, like, this chicken is in bright blue plastic bags, and it's got some kind of a sticker seal on the top of it. Look at it, and it said, "Not for human consumption."
Yeah.
Further processing only.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we're like, oh, well, that's a big relief, because clearly, as a convict, we're far below the level
of human.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent. But, I mean, I get the impression that it could either be used to make dog food, or you can fucking feed a convict with it.
Right. Yeah.
I kind of feel like what's happened here is, remember the Back to the Future movies? I think it was the second one where they outfit the DeLorean with that device that they can just shove
garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I feel like. I'm like, you know what? I'm the Back to the Future DeLorean right now. This is great. You can just ram trash down my neck piece and keep going.
Right.
The thing is, to approach this kind of subject matter, you know what I mean?
Right.
It is what it is. That's the bottom line. It is what it is.
Right.
I mean, I can tell you, if we're going to touch on serious subject matter at all, I suppose the points that are relevant are, you know, it turns out if you do an informal survey of the dudes that are in prison, probably 75 or 80% of them all got fucked with when they were little kids.
Yeah.
Somebody touched them, somebody beat them, somebody, you know, treated them like a fucking farm animal. And that's been an interesting experience for me to see, because the other thing that is kind of important, which is interesting as far as society goes, is it turns out like the underlying problem with the majority of the people on this planet that go out and break shit, steal shit, and do unethical shit is because when they were little kids, they got fucked up in some type of way.
Right.
So
it all stems.
Yeah, underneath it all, it stems from that type of psychological trauma. That's why we're getting high. That's why we're stealing shit. That's why we're running amok. And nobody really talks about it, and it's not something that's consciously known by everybody. But after the fact, you kind of realize, oh, wow, makes a lot of sense.
Right. Well, it's not just that, you know, I honestly think it is known, it's just nobody really gives a fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably true, and interestingly, I've come to learn, based on experience, that it's kind of like you can determine the purpose of a machine based on the product that it pumps off of its assembly line, right?
Right.
So you just know, oh, obviously this motherfucker is built to make cars. Look, here comes a brand new Teslas off the end of the conveyor belt.
Right.
So it turns out there's a machine in our country, and its purpose was to facilitate people fucking with little kids. That's the purpose. And I figured that out because having gone through it, I realized, like, oh, that's tight. The same month that I got sentenced to 23 years in prison for having the audacity to go smash 3 pedophiles, which seems pretty straightforward. The same month, a school teacher was sentenced in the same courtroom in the same state to 6 years for molesting 3 little kids. side-by-side comparison. So as you look at the machine, you think to yourself, oh, okay, I get it. The court is clearly sending a message. Go on ahead and fuck with little kids. That's all good. But if you dare to lash out at any of these pedophiles, we're going to crush you. That's what's going to happen.
Right.
So just being aware of that machine and that it was built for that purpose, then that's kind of a scary thought, you know?
Yeah.
So that is worthy of everybody taking a little time and thinking about, like, holy shit, man, this is not right. And then the other part of it that's kind of personal to me is that, okay, like, I was born and raised in Alaska. And in this state, as a little kid, I was marched into the courtroom, and the dude that they just convicted of molesting me and beating me with 2x4s got 3 years in prison, suspended, no jail time at all. They sent him back to the house. So then fast forward 30 years later, and I'm standing there in the exact same courtroom, and the judge is berating me while the pedophiles march in, talking about how I ruined their lives, they can't sleep comfortably at night, etc., and gives me 23 years in prison. And you got to think about the mind fuck for somebody like me, where I'm like, wait a minute, now hold on, fellas, check this out. This does not seem right here because the disparity is just too great. You know what I'm saying? So that particular experience was just absolutely. It was shattering for me, bro. It was absolutely shattering just to stand in the exact same courtroom and listen to the court be like, and we can't believe that you would dare to ever. And I was thinking to myself at the time, like, I can't fucking believe you people don't expect a number of us to grow up, mature, and go smash a pedophile. Because clearly, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and what's fucked up though, because like, you know, like I already told you, like me and Josh, we have nothing but like the utmost fucking respect for you and what you did, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it was up to us, you would be getting a fucking medal pinned on your fucking chest and no kind, you know what I mean? Like, you are doing what people should do. Like, but it's just. It's fucked. Like, I read all the time how these fucking pedophiles, they get months. Like, months. They don't even get years. And, I was just reading the other day, fucking, he raped his own baby or something like that and killed it, and then only got, it was like 13 years, and it was ridiculous, the amount of time they gave him, you know?
Yeah. Well, I do want to speak to that. Like, first of all, I think it was Aristotle who said it best. He said, heroes are made only by public opinion, and usually from the scantiest of materials. And that's one of my favorite quotes, because in my mind, I'm no fucking hero at all. I'm just a dude that did what anybody would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I called you on the phone and said, hey, bro, they're fucking with these little kids and the cops won't show up, I need you to come and help me handle this. I mean, chances are it would probably take you 0.10 seconds to be there.
Yeah, as fast as I could get there, that's when I would be there.
Yeah, so in my mind, I didn't do anything exceptional, bro. What would have been exceptional is had I not acted, then I would have been an exceptional piece of shit.
Right, right. Yeah.
But as far as the sentencing goes, another thing I did was the newspaper up here was very kind to me. So every time I wrote them a letter, they would publish it front page. So I penned a letter to the prosecutor's office, and I told him, check this out. I'll plead guilty to any combination of charges you wish, with the following caveat. My sentence is to equal in length what each one of these pedophiles served for whatever they did to the kids. One of them raped his own daughter, 2 years. One of them finger banged his 10-month-old baby granddaughter, 3 years, 6 months. The other one was a child pornographer. He got a year. So that was 6 years, 6 months, back to back to back. And I told them I will also serve the 3 years in prison for the monster who molested me, that made me. I'll serve his prison time too. So 9 years, 6 months, run that. I'll plead guilty, whatever you want. And as you well know, they laughed that shit out of the courtroom, and they were like, you know, oh, again, the audacity. I can't believe he has to go to approach the justice system like this. And from my perspective, I thought that was a really rational, linear offer. Like,
totally fair. Dude, that's fucking fair. That's fair.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. So ultimately, in the long run, what actually happened was I'm doing nearly 3 times longer than the 4 of them total served back to back to back for crimes against kids. So I mean, the issue only matters if eventually people wake up and recognize, like, check this out, like, for real, before any racial disparity, before Black Lives Matter, before any of those things come into play, everybody is a little kid at some point. Any color, any race, any nationality, we're all little kids at some point. So I hope eventually what will come out of this is at least people will wake up and be like, oh, holy fuck, check it out. Kids' lives matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We should make sure little kids are not continuing to be fucked with like this in our country. Because it's sad.
Yeah.
It's super sad. And I mean, the other thing too, and I'm sorry if I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but I'm passionate about it, is I don't want to see any other kid that was molested have to grow up and live in fucking prison. I just don't. I don't want to see that. It's not good. It's not cool. So like, in my case, believe this, I received my life sentence when I was 12 years old, getting beat with a 2x4. That's when I got my life sentence. Granted, later on, there was some prison time imposed on me, but I had already got my sentence, and I don't want to see other kids have to go through that same thing. So, anyway, that's my Dennis Leary rant.
No, that was good stuff. Like, actually, it was like pretty much one of the questions I didn't even get to ask you, and you just answered it. So.
Well, bro, concrete shoebox, and I only get the blood out of steam once.
No, I'm telling you, it's good stuff, man. What about, actually, because the other question I was going to say, what's the message you want to send? And, you know, you already pretty much covered all that. Like,
well, you know, and realistically, too, I also don't want any other kid that has gone through this to grow up and feel ashamed or like they've done something wrong. If they feel like a good, solid 1 or 2 or 3 feet over hand bitch slap to a pedophile is cathartic and makes you feel better, then you know what? Handle your business.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't recommend getting viciously severe with your actions because, trust me, you're going to pay for that. But I think a little righteous anger goes a long way in society nowadays. So,
yeah.
You have 1 minute left.
Anyway, hey, this is going to hang up.
All right. Call me back.
Yep. If I can, I will. I got about 6 dudes here looking at me.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, I really appreciate it, bro, very much.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what? Everybody take care.